an invitation from Curacao Chronicle. The unions are still fighting to keep PDVSA from Venezuela as the operator of the oil refinery. What is your opinion or your view on this?
From their point of view, I can understand it, that because Venezuela is the only option they see on the horizon. Curacao government or RDK never came up with an alternative. Yeah, there was an alternative on the discussion with the Chinese operator Guangdong Shenrong 2 years ago, and there was a discussion with Motiva, supposedly affiliate of Saudi Aramco, and but all this ended in nowhere. So for the unions, the only thing they can see realistically from their point of view is Venezuela. But Venezuela is completely down. They are virtually bankrupt. And it will take, to my judgment, 10 years for them to recover. And we don't know what is the situation on the oil market in 10 years. Because Saudi Aramco, Saudi Arabia, they are already preparing for the end of the oil. Abu Dhabi is preparing for the end of the oil. Many, many countries are doing that because they see that the peak of the hydrocarbon is over. Yes. Now we are on the way down, and everybody is settling, and I think Curacao has to prepare for that.
You were explaining us also about the oil reserves, because what we understand is Venezuela has the biggest oil reserve. Will that still count for us? Meaning,
yeah, they try to. Venezuela tries to impress everybody with having the biggest oil reserves in the world, but these biggest oil reserves are still in the ground, and to lift them, they have to drill 30,000 more wells to get the oil out of the ground, and Venezuela does not have that money. And Venezuela doesn't have the credibility that anybody is coming with the money and investing.
So as a country, we should definitely seek a different operator, somebody else for the refinery.
Yes, absolutely. You have to look for somebody else other than Venezuela. If Venezuela has something to provide in the future, they can always be considered, and they will be happy. But Curacao should not wait for Venezuela.
Then the question comes: if we do not find another operator, what should Curacao do then?
My recommendation to Curacao is to operate the refinery themselves, not to lean on anybody from outside. They get enough outside help for distributing the products in the wider Caribbean. You see, in the past it was difficult because Hugo Chavez in 2005 founded Petrocaribe, and Petrocaribe messed up the whole oil market in the Caribbean because Petrocaribe is a conglomerate, actually a club for preferential prices in refined products. And in fact, Venezuela was selling their refined products and their crude oil in the Caribbean for up to 40% discount to preferred countries. That was, let's say, a trick to make friends in the wider Caribbean, but it messed up the market. So nobody from outside could enter the Caribbean against 40% discount. Nobody can beat that. So this is over now with a quasi bankruptcy of Venezuela, there is no more preferential prices in the Caribbean. So for Curacao, will be very easy to go with Isla into this open market now and compete. Cool Oil has the capacity, Cool Oil has the knowledge, and they can market the products, the Isla products, in the wider Caribbean.
Thank you, Mr. Grebe.